Hey peeps, Ryan Williams AFC back with a preview, here to talk about, of course, Norwich versus Arsenal. If you're new to the channel, of course, please make sure you like, share and subscribe. Leave us a comment in the comment section if you like what I'm saying. Of course, if you want to get in contact with me, hit the links in the description with my Instagram and Twitter. So, Gooners, how do we feel? Freddie Ljungberg has come in as interim manager. Unai Emery has been shown the door. It's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. Of course, you know, we've all been angry at Unai Emery, and of course, you know, let's be real. You know, I think we all know he's a nice guy. Do you know what I mean? But it just wasn't really working out for us ever since last season. Do you know what I mean? There's been a lot of gaps. There was a lot of problems there, do you know what I mean? And it took quite a lot of us, like, slowly to become like, yeah, he's got to go. Do you know what I mean? But regardless of that, you know, let's be real. We wish him well and good luck to him in the future. And it was a nice touch of a message he put out on the Arsenal website, if you haven't checked it out already, guys. So, because of that, you know, the club has decided to put Freddie Ljungberg in charge as interim manager. A lot of us are at ease right now because we all know Freddie. We know he loves the club. He's our legend. He's won countless titles. No, not countless titles. He's won countless trophies with us, of course. Do you know what I'm saying? So, regardless of that, I feel, you know, it gives us a good, it brings back a little bit of a vibe because of good energy for all of us Arsenal fans. Do you know what I mean? But going forward, the club have also stated that they are going to take time looking into finding a new coach. But it's important, it's imperative that Arsenal make the right decision. Going forward, we cannot make another mistake hiring a manager. In fact, keeping a manager for as long as it got to, and it got to the point where fans were making signs about Emery. There was people not going to games, you know what I mean? We already saw the Frankfurt game, you know what I mean? Slowly fans were not turning up to home games because it's just been poor, the performances. The Xhaka situation, we all heard the Lacazette argument on the touchline, you know what I mean? And all news and rumours. And another thing I want to address, like, there's also been rumours about the players been taking the mick out of Unai Emery. Apparently there was a plane incident, such and such. But look, if that is true, then I'm disgusted with that, and I'm disgusted with the players' behaviours. Like, there's no way you should really be disrespecting the coach. Like, regardless of how bad it's been getting, like, you just need to be real. But it is what it is, man. I can't defend anyone for that. That's just disgusting. I don't really expect them not to be doing that. But listen, we got to move on, of course. And, you know, a lot of players, you know, like I said, they haven't really been playing well regardless of the manager's tactics. And we all know the players haven't been playing for him. So, you know, under Freddie, I don't expect that. But what I do expect is players to start producing. I do expect players to start remembering where they are. I do expect players to start remembering you're playing for the fans. You know, there hasn't really been talk about the players playing for the badge, because when you look at things, they haven't. They kind of just been given up in matches. Do you know what I mean? So with Freddie coming in as the interim manager, this mini new appointment, I guess, you know, it's all smiles right now. You know what I mean? So how are we gonna line up against Norwich? So away day, you know, our away record hasn't been great. Let's be real. I think our last away day, we lost to Leicester 2-0. A poor game. I feel sorry for the fans that went up there, and man, it was just tragic football. And even then, Emery should have went that night. But there was a lot of nights even before. But regardless of that, I'm not going to take digs at the man, because again, the man did what he could with the squad. And again, you know, the squad clearly weren't respecting him enough. And I do feel sorry for him because there's times we all kind of got at him, but that's just what football fans do. But it's just what we do with the game. We love the game so much and we love our club, but it's still no excuse to taking a piss out of someone that's trying to save his job. And, you know, he didn't really try to help himself in the last match, you know, by not putting on Pepe and Lacazette. But it is what it is. Everybody makes mistakes. We made a mistake, you know, not pulling the trigger. And, you know, I'm sure he's upset, but we all have to move on. But anyways, so how are we going to set up? This is what I want to know. So this is the team I'm going to go with. So in goal, Leno, I hope, in fact, that Freddie Ljungberg has told Leno when it comes to playing out from the back, make sure the opposition are nowhere near the 18-yard box. Simple as that. All that shit has to cut out. Now we'll find out, in fact, if it was Leno or Emery. Because half the time, you have to really ask yourself, is Emery consistently telling him, make sure you do this? Or is it Leno? But why would Leno be that stupid? We don't know. We don't know. But at the end of the day, I hope that stuff cuts out. Especially we're away from home and you know they're going to be up for it. The form that we've been in, the fact that we just got a new manager. They don't know what Arsenal they're going to get. We don't know what Arsenal we're going to get. So, again, we know what to expect. Well, we hope we know what to expect because it's Freddie Ljungberg. And, you know, I'm sure all the Arsenal players are going to be off the shackles, which we hope. And Freddie even said in his interview, if you haven't been on Arsenal.com, you know, he just said he's just got to make small-minded details. So, going forward, I think you kind of know already what he's going to do. So, you know, let's get started and picking in the team. Of course, we know there's a few injuries. David Luiz picked up an injury during the Frankfurt game, so he's going to be out. We know Hector Bellerin is possibly still out with a hamstring injury due to a game against Leicester away. I'm pretty sure that's what it said on Arsenal.com. Also to that, I'm not sure who has that. Mustafi, yes. He picked up an injury in the Frankfurt game, and that's where we saw the substitution of Torreira and Mustafi, which caused a lot of controversy online on Twitter. Trust me, I saw it for myself. So, what we're going to do, and of course, Ceballos is still out. So, what we really kind of got right now is defenders. We haven't really got much. Do you know what I mean? So, we're going to do what we're going to have to do. And I'm sure we're probably going to see the likes of Tyrese John Jones, of course, like John Jules, sorry. Excuse me, our pronunciation. I saw him training up with the first team, so he might be around, in and around, maybe on the bench, you know what I mean? So that's a positive side, do you know what I mean? And we know Freddie, he's managed the under-23s last season. He actually got them second in the league, which is good. So, you know, there's positivity around. So, going back to the defense, we're gonna see Callum Chambers right back. Hopefully he can pick up some type of form. You know, he hasn't really been playing as well as he has been since the start of the season. I felt he's lost a little bit of momentum. Is that due to the manager's tactics? Again, we all know what we want. I'm sure the players, they know what they want. But again, the shackles have to be released. So Callum Chambers is going to be right back. Centre back, due to the options, I mean, Socrates is probably going to have to play another game. I'm not really a big fan of Socrates anymore. Like, I've got to be real. Like, he hasn't been great. I remember that dip that he had last season. It just was like, wow. And he just hasn't been great. And I remember a few times a lot of people wanted him captain. I remember I talked about, you know, him being a leader and etc. And he has got experience, but again, is that guy, I always talk about it. There's always that one that's the captain and that guy that's just not captain material, but he always has experience. And Socrates was that guy. Do you know what I mean? Next to Hummels and Borussia Dortmund, and now at Arsenal with David Luiz, who's also that type of character. Also, let's be real, but David Luiz has different attributes, even though David Luiz has other attributes which align him with Socrates. But I'm not getting at these players. We know what we got, what we bought them. Let's be real, So, again, and Socrates is gonna have to go centre back for me. We know the injury, so Rob Holding, he has to come back, and I want him to, gain some confidence. I want the whole team to gain some confidence, especially Rob Holding. I felt like, he was literally one of our shining lights last season before he went down with that injury at Old Trafford. And, we saw after he was out, we saw what happened. Do you know what I mean? And then, this season, since he come back, it just hasn't really worked out for him that much. There might have been the Nottingham Forest game where he shined. Literally he got the captain's band and then he scored the header. We remember that. That was a glorious moment, how much we cherished it. But since then, he just hadn't really, played well. Do you know what I mean? But again, like I said, for Chambers and a lot of these players, due to the manager's tactics and the way they were set up, was that an issue? Do you know what I mean? Because in terms of how much we conceded last season as well, we didn't really damper the season previous under Arsene Wenger goal ratio, which was also 51 in both seasons. So again, we have to look at that. But hopefully Rob Holding has some confidence in coming into this game, which is also why Kieran Tierney is going to start beside him as well. We brought this guy in. He's an excellent player. I want to give him a chance. He did unfortunately get that penalty incident against Southampton, which also got them 2-1 at one stage in the last fixture in the Premier League. But I'm sure Kieran Tierney's experienced at it, man. He's a young man, but he's experienced. He's played for Celtic for so long. Do you know what I mean? And we were lucky to even get him. So I've got high hopes for Kieran Tierney, and he's definitely going to be in this starting 11. Let's get into the midfield. Now, this is the interesting part. We saw Granit Xhaka get a game in Frankfurt. And let's be real, in the first half, Xhaka actually played well. But in the second half, everyone just went missing. Let's be real. We know that's always been the problem with Arsenal this season, last season, a little bit of the season before that. Do you know what I mean? And so, and also, Xhaka, the whole situation, etc. I'm just not going to talk about it anymore. But, do I pick him? No, I still don't pick him. I'm sorry. He might work for the club and that, and he might have had a decent performance against Frankfurt, but I don't know, man. I still don't think he's warranted in the first team as of yet. I'm sure the players, how much, they like him in the dressing room, etc. I don't know. It's all mixed emotions. I don't know what's going to happen with that situation. But Granit Xhaka possibly might be on the bench. I probably wouldn't put him in the first team. I'm sorry. No chance. But Emery did what he did in the Frankfurt game. I'm doing what I did. So Lucas Torreira is getting a nod for me in that holding midfield position. Just a little bit in front of him, it's going to be Matteo Guendouzi. Right beside him, just playing the ball to him. And, of course, in front of those two, Mesut Ozil. And you know what I'm going to say? Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang on the left, Pepe on the right, and Lacazette on the top. Now, of course, we could not underestimate Norwich. Yes, they haven't really been great this season, but honestly, going to their ground, and we saw when Man City, they gave Man City their first loss. It's not easy. So, again, I expect Arsenal to literally go all out in this game. We got nothing to lose. everything to gain. You know, it's all about getting that top 4 spot. Chelsea dropped points today, which is good news for us. Again, Man City dropped points as well. Do you know what I mean? Even though that doesn't... But still, you got to look at all the points regardless. The amount of points that dropped, we need to catch up. We need lifelines here. Do you know what I mean? And look, we're already touching December. Do you know what I'm saying? So, boy, Emery went before Christmas. So, hopefully, if we could get into the right form and if everything goes right with Freddie Ljungberg, because we got big games coming up very, very soon, then, you know, we could get into a rhythm, then hopefully we could be all right. But as long as that defence can get sorted, and, you know, Ljungberg briefly talked about, you know, finding the balance and the flair, which has always been our problem. You know, we always had that problem. One year it was the forwards, which is legitimately like this year. Then one year it's the defenders and it's the forwards. You know what I mean? And that was bloody about 4 or 5 years ago now. Do you know what I mean? So again, it's how do we go about this in the first game? Of course, we all want to win. So for me, I'm gonna go for. I think, you know what, we go with the team and we go with some type of new confidence and new belief within ourselves. We've got Freddie Ljungberg there in all the players' ears. The players know him, the players love him. But everyone loves Freddie, let's be real. Do you know what I mean? So I'm sure, I'm pretty confident we can go to Norwich, and I'm pretty, you know, hopefully I'm confident. I'm not going to underestimate Norwich. Hold on a second. But if we could go with a good type of confidence and the shackles off, like Ljungberg said, just small details. That's what it's all about in football, and it's true. That's what it's all about. If you could toot that up, that's what he said, then I should feel confident we'll get 3 points. Now, the scoreline, I'm going to go with a 3-1 victory, just to definitely be on the safe side. I'm going to go 3-1 to the Arsenal. I did predict that against Frankfurt, and again, obviously, you know, I thought Unai Emery was going to do all he could to save his job, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. So, you know, again, I'm not taking jabs at Unai, I'm just pointing facts to people. So, you know, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? I do have respect for the man. He tried, and then it obviously didn't work out. So, that wraps it up, guys, for the preview. If you like what I'm saying, if you don't, leave it in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to shoot at Arsenal. Let's do this. And Freddie, good luck. This is your first game, and we're all going to be back at you. Come on, Arsenal. Peace.